Hi everyone, and in this video I'll be talking about what internal parts I'll be putting inside my engine. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel about building a kit car and other car topics. If you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the notification buttons below and share with others on social media. So I received a bunch of parts from my machine shop, and I thought I'd go through just a few so you could see and get an idea of what I'm putting in my engine. First thing I have here is head bolts. You have to have one of these boxes per head. So I have two of these boxes. This is part number 12498545. These are the stock GM head bolts that are a one-time use only. And that one-time use, you know, I didn't go out and buy, you know, I don't know what it is, $600 worth of head bolts by ARP, because I'm not planning on digging into this engine and pulling it apart and pulling it apart. If I was like drag racing or something like that, where you know you're going to be doing changes and stuff, you definitely want to go with the ARP head bolts because you could reuse them and go in and out. Not my plan. Then I got this huge gasket kit, and it was actually kind of a, I don't know, a small box by like, you know, 2 foot by 10 inches by like, you know, this thick. And, you know, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get like 5 gaskets and a few O-rings. And then you open up this thing and there's literally like 30 or 40 different parts in it. Just to give you an example, I believe this is 2 O-rings to a oil pan. And so you're not going to use every part in this kit. So for instance, this might be for one style of oil pan and this is for a different style of oil pan. And then your oil pan might come with a O-ring, so you end up not using these. So, you know, they kind of give you a all-encompassing kit. However, you still want to get a kit that is for your Generation 3 or your Generation 4 engine, because it is still kind of specific to that. Another thing I bought personally was knock sensor harness. So this comes with 2 plugs with the wires coming out of it. So when you put your knock sensors in the valley cover, it seals off the top of the engine, supposedly, and the wires come back so it could go back to the computer. Another thing that you could do that they talk about, and a lot of people do, is they actually put an extra, they kind of like make a dam of silicone on the valley cover plate. So if water gets in, it kind of goes around those knock sensors, and it's not just going in, and if that seal fails, that you get water stuck in there, because it's really hard to evaporate out of there. So that's something that I'm going to do also. Where else? The other thing I have here is a Melling oil pump. So, you know, if you're rebuilding your engine, and even if you're not rebuilding your engine, you always want to put a new oil pump in, because that's the lifeblood of your engine, basically. We have some EPW Roller Lifters, so really nice stuff there. You know, I said I put a hot cam in. We ended up going with a different brand. It might be a comp cam, I'm not really sure. But I'll give you the specs on it. The duration, I believe it says 218, 227. Valve lift, I think it says 526 and 524. And then the lobe separation, 109 to 115, which is right in that area for the hot cam, big fat lobe sound that street cars and muscle cars usually have. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Engine Pro timing chain. Another must when you're rebuilding your engine is to put in a new timing chain. And you know, if you're doing a mild build, then just a nice beefed up stock chain, stock in the sense of it's not non-adjustable, is fine. But if you're doing any kind of racing or anything, you're going to want to get the ones that you could dial in. Manley push rods. So these rods are a lot stronger than the stock rods. I was thinking about putting in stock rods just because of the cost, a lot cheaper than something like this. And, you know, as you're going through your build, you know, nickel and dime, nickel and dime, nickel and dime. Next thing you know, your budget's like pretty trashed. But however, when I tore the engine apart, all my push rods were a little bit bent. So, you know, not horrible, but enough that none of them rolled flat on the ground. So it's actually a wise decision. My kit came with Hastings piston rings. So 3 rings per piston. I have some Master Pro. This is like different sensors and stuff that I bought for the engine. This one's actually not really labeled. It says some kind of switch interrupter or something like that. I don't remember exactly what that is. All my bearings for the rods and the main crankshaft and everything was Clevite, so good quality brand there. Then I went out and I bought some NGK iridium spark plugs, and of course you had to buy 8 of them. And then a lot of my gaskets and stuff, Felpro, obviously quality brand. So that just gives you kind of an idea. Again, I didn't bring the gasket box in because there's just so many freaking parts in there. I figured I'd actually lose them on the way in here to actually show them to you. But anyways, that gives you a great idea of what parts are in the engine. Till next time, please hit the subscribe and notification buttons below. Have a great day, and looking forward to assembling this engine.